I think a lot of women are living in a constant state of exhaustion, and we've accepted that as normal. We wake up already tired, go through the day half present, then lay down at night unable to fall asleep even though we're completely drained. It's like our bodies and brains are running on two different schedules that never sync up. For the longest time, I thought it was hormones, stress, or just another layer of motherhood fatigue. But I've been learning that a lot of what we're feeling, the anxiety, the restless sleep, the mood dips that hit out of nowhere, they can actually be traced back to light. The kind of light that we see, when we see it, and how long we're exposed to it. The body runs on a built-in 24-hour timer called the circadian rhythm. It controls everything from how alert you feel in the morning to when your body releases melatonin at night. When it's in sync, things feel balanced. Your mood, your sleep, your digestion, even how your hormones cycle. But when that rhythm gets thrown off, the entire system starts misfiring. Research from Harvard Medical School found that exposure to blue light suppresses melatonin for twice as long as regular light. It also shifts your body's clock by about 3 hours. That means if you're scrolling in bed at 11 p.m., your brain still thinks it's 8. You finally fall asleep, but your hormones haven't gotten the memo. Cortisol stays high, melatonin stays low, and you wake up already behind. There's another layer to this that rarely gets talked about. Light doesn't just control sleep. It regulates dopamine, serotonin, and cortisol. Morning light signals to the brain to produce more serotonin, the neurotransmitter tied to focus, calm, and mood stability. But if you spend the first 2 hours of your day indoors or glued to a screen, you skip that natural serotonin boost and you rely on caffeine or stimulation instead. When that happens day after day, it builds up. You start to notice the irritability, the mental fog, the short fuse. No, you're not imagining it. Studies from Stanford and the NIH have both shown that disrupted light exposure changes dopamine pathways and increases anxiety symptoms. That's why some days feel like you're running on edge for no clear reason. And the frustrating part is that most of us can't just go take a sunrise walk every day or sit outside for an hour before work. Life doesn't always work like that. But there are small shifts that help more than people realize. The first thing is how you wake up. If you can open your blinds as soon as your alarm goes off, even 10 minutes of natural light in your eyes within the first hour of waking helps reset your cortisol rhythm. If you can't get outside, step near a window. It's still exponentially brighter than any light bulb. Second, dim your environment at night. I used to leave all the overhead lights on until bedtime without realizing how stimulating it was. Now I turn off the bright lights after dinner. We use lamps or warmer bulbs instead. It's a small change, but within a week I noticed I was falling asleep faster. Third, limit screen light in the last hour before bed. And yes, I know it's hard. I don't do it perfectly, but I try to swap the phone for something that doesn't glow. Journaling, reading, sometimes just sitting in silence. The goal is not perfection, it's awareness. Your body notices the difference even when you think it doesn't. Though something I wish I'd known sooner is that women are more sensitive to circadian disruption than men. The Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism published a study showing that estrogen actually interacts with the body's clock genes, which means our hormonal cycles amplify the effects of poor light exposure. That's why inconsistent sleep hits harder before your period or after having kids. Your hormones and your light environment are constantly talking to each other, and when they're not aligned, everything feels off. Your hunger cues shift, you crave more carbs, you feel hungrier late at night. Cortisol spikes early, energy crashes by morning. It's your body trying to recalibrate with a schedule it can't see anymore. I used to think fatigue was just something to push through, more coffee, more discipline, more motivation. But what I've learned is that our exhaustion is often the body's feedback, so not necessarily a flaw. And light is one of the main signals that feedback depends on. So if you're waking up tired, no matter how early you go to bed, start here. Look at the light you live in every day. Notice how much of it comes from screens and overhead versus the sun. When you feel the dip and when you feel alert, you don't need another supplement or complicated protocol to start recalibrating your system. Sometimes it's literally as simple as letting your body see the daylight again. Healing is not just about what you eat or how you move. It's about what your cells experience every single day. And light is one of those invisible factors that's shaping your energy, your focus, your mood, whether you realize it or not. If you learned something from this or it clicked for you, I want you to tell me in the comments what part of your routine feels off right now. Is it sleep, energy, focus? Let me know.